I support the movement for 9/11 truth because I believe that even people that don't believe that the government was complicit with 9/11, that there are many, many unanswered questions with 9/11 and the events that followed. I also believe that libertarianism and the presidential candidate Ron Paul can help the 9/11 truth movement. And further, I believe that many of the YouTube videos that are on YouTube are detrimental to the 9/11 truth movement, and I'm going to explain why. Firstly, we need to look at the philosophy of the Bush administration, their past, and how they view the world, and how they view America inside of the world. After the Cold War, America was left as the sole superpower. Before then it was the two superpowers, the Soviet Union and America. The collapse of the Soviet Union left America to the superpower that controls the world, who are responsible for supposedly security and peace throughout the world. In the 1990s, the project for the New American Century was created, which is a neoconservative project, and it said that there would be an event called a New Pearl Harbor, which would enable the military and defence policy transformations of the group to rapidly take place. It would enable military interventionism. So a New Pearl Harbor, now remember, this is, you can actually go on the Project for the New American Century website, and they say this, and this is documented in the mid-1990s, that there would be this event. It would be a New Pearl Harbor, and it would be a triggering event for military interventionism within the world, within the globe. And of course, 9/11 was that New Pearl Harbor, and what followed was the Iraqi war. And now this kind of philosophy that there's this war on terror, and that America and its allies, or ally, Britain, are to protect the world from terror. This book is where I'd really like to start with, is Against All Enemies. It's by Richard Clarke, and he was the National Coordinator for Security. And he obviously is an authority because he was the coordinator for national security under Clinton, but also under Bush. And he said in his book that as soon as the atrocities of 9/11 happened, President Bush wasn't interested in what the intelligence was gathering, Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden, but all he was interested in was Iraq, Saddam Hussein, go, find out all you can do, find a link, forge a link between the 9/11 attacks and Iraq. And that's, the Bush administration, the neocons, had been planning an attack on Iraq previous to 9/11. And obviously 9/11, a New Pearl Harbor event, triggered military interventionism within Iraq. And now obviously we have talks about Iran and the difficulties there with Iran. Will there be interventionism there with Iran? So we have to understand that those in the Bush administration were cold warriors. They served under the Cold War. Condoleezza Rice, a key example. So they have this mindset, and so you have to really understand how they see the world and how they see America within the world. They do believe the project of the New American Century is that America is the global force to protect global security, and therefore it needs global dominance. What does Ron Paul campaign for? He campaigns for non-interventionism, and and a humble foreign policy. And this is the end of part 1 of my video blog.